Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to another Shep Talk movie review. First things first, if you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe this video. It does truly help me and helps this channel grow. If you haven't done so already, I am on Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. All those links will be down in the comments down below or the description down below, And then I also want to apologize. This video was supposed to be up on Friday, but technical difficulties, it didn't happen, and by the time I figured it out, it was too late on Friday, and then Saturday I was very busy. But guys, let's get back into my review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is written and directed by James Gunn. Stars Chris Pratt, Bradley Cooper, Palm Clementov, Dave Bautista, Zoe Saldana, Vin Diesel, and Karen Gillan. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has a runtime of 2 hours and 30 minutes, so make sure you go to the bathroom before, or not drink a lot of water, or don't drink a lot before you go see this movie or throughout this movie. The synopsis of this movie real quick. It is the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or as the Guardians as we know them. James Gunn obviously is leaving the MCU to go be the Kevin Feige for DCU, and we'll get to see him and how he will run that ship pretty soon. But this is not to say that the Guardians of the Galaxy are done with, no, but the Guardians of the Galaxy that we know for these past 3 volumes are going their separate ways. So let's dive into this movie. Man, right off the bat, this is a Rocket story from start to finish. And if you've been following James Gunn, he's pretty much said that Rocket has been like his focal character throughout, from starting with Volume 1, even though we go through a new Star-Lord. A lot of us think Star-Lord is the main character, but this is Rocket. We get his backstory, which we've known from the very beginning was not a very good backstory. He's never really wanted to talk about his backstory, and this is the reason why. It is very, very tragic. It is very dark. I would even say this might not be for kids under a certain age, because this isn't a very emotional movie. So caution, beware. Then to bring some light into this, though, we do get a little focus on Kraglin and Cosmo. They seem to be that buddy duo for this comedy, or for this volume, and it could have fallen on his face. The bit that James Gunn is doing throughout the movie with Kraglin and Cosmo could very well have fallen flat. But man, it doesn't. It had me laughing and chuckling throughout the movie when it went back and focused on them. And then when he did the payoff at the end, I really laughed. I thought, okay, you could see it coming. You knew what was going to happen, but it still paid off very well in the end. So there is comedy, and it's not always going to be your dark, Rocket backstory kind of movie. He does have some really great comedic elements in this movie, and there are moments where you're going to laugh, and there are moments where you're going to cry. And with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being like the send-away movie for everybody, this is an ensemble cast, and we do get to see each character in this movie kind of have their moment to shine. There are a lot of people in this movie, and there's a lot of storylines going on in this movie, but James Gunn, and I guess this is why we have a 2.5-hour runtime with this movie, gives each and every one of these people their chance to have their final goodbye, their chance to have their kind of like yeehaw moment, their this is my moment, don't try to steal the light from me kind of moment. And it works very well. I think every single one of these people, each and every one of these characters gets that chance to be the main character, to put their mark on this movie, and it doesn't feel rushed or, pigeonholed in. It doesn't feel like, oh, we've got to say something real quick about this character. It felt really well done. And James Gunn gave these people their chance to say goodbye. And one of the big things that James Gunn has done, especially with starting at Volume 1, is incorporate music into the story. It's very well woven into the story. It's like music is part of the story, it's a character in this story. And for the most part, I will say James Gunn did a very good job with the music in this movie. But to me, there were some moments where I'm sitting there watching the scene and I'm going, really? That's what you chose for your moment for this scene? Okay. And I know a lot of people loved the end song when they're wrapping everything up. And I was just like, and I get it, I know what the song is and stuff like that, but I was just like, it's not the song that I would have chosen. But I'm not James Gunn and I'm not in charge of a multi-million-dollar movie. If you guys don't know, the High Evolutionary is the main villain in this movie. He is the big bad evil guy. He is the one that created Rocket Raccoon the way we know him. Um, and there is no doubt that he is evil. With Thanos, especially during the first three phases of Marvel, um, you could kind of see where Thanos was coming from. You hated him, but when he spoke about why he was doing this, you kind of was like, you're kind of not wrong. I can see why you're doing the route that you're doing with the High Evolutionary. There is none of that. He is experimenting on animals. He is experimenting on people. He is not a very nice guy. He doesn't care about what others think. He is doing this because he wants to do this, and he wants to see perfection because he doesn't believe that what we have in the universe is perfect enough. He wants to pretty much make stuff the way he sees it, and he does it in any means necessary. He is a villain you're going to love to hate because he is not a nice guy, and especially after you see Rocket's backstory or origin story, you're definitely going to hate this guy. And then we finally get to see Adam Warlock on the big screen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We kind of got to see him. We thought, oh, I wonder how they're going to incorporate him with Infinity Endgame and Infinity, the Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War. Because in the comic books, Adam Warlock has a big role to play in, the Infinity Stones. But we didn't get to see any of that. And so here he is. We get to see them, and he's at the beginning. He is kind of like a bad guy. He is sent after the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't know if he was just rushed for being engineered, because he's full-bodied adult and he's very powerful and kicks everybody's ass, but mentally he's not all there. Mentally he's probably still like a preteen, or just very young. At least it seems that way. And then he's also put in the background a lot. He seems to be used by James Gunn as, oh, we need something to happen or someone to come in here to save this person or do this person. Boom, Adam Warlock, there you go, you're in there. But it does seem like we are getting set up, though, where Adam Warlock we'll get to see more of. Hopefully we'll get to see more development of this character and get to see him grow some more. But yeah, I thought he was an interesting character, but not used that well in this movie. Okay, guys, with everything being said, I know this has a long runtime, so this little section here might seem a little contradictory. I thought the climax was a little too short and a little too long at the same time. And I'm going to say the reason why I thought it was too long to begin with is because, again, this is an ensemble cast piece movie. So we have a lot of people that we're trying to wrap up and focus on and make sure that they have their 15 minutes to shine. And that's all well and good. But this movie is a Rocket Raccoon movie from start to finish. It's pretty much his story. And I felt that we did not get to see a lot of Rocket and the High Evolutionary back and forth. I really wanted to see a bigger confrontation between those two. I really wanted to see a bigger emotional impact. We do get that confrontation. We do get to see that happen. I just think it was kind of short. I thought it was very, very short, and we didn't get to see a bigger emotional impact. But it was really well done. Don't get me wrong. That scene alone was really impactful, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of the scenes in this movie had me tearing up. But guys, also this is a Marvel movie, so there are 2 post-credit scenes. If you don't know that already, I don't know why you're going to Marvel movies and walking out as soon as the credits starts. The first one, I thought was pretty well done. It kind of shows where we're going to go with if we go any direction with Guardians of the Galaxy movies, because Kevin Feige has said he's gonna stray away from doing 4-part movies or 4, 5, 6-part movies anymore for Marvel. So we'll see what happens. And then the end credit scene was just another one where I get where they're going with for that scene, but I felt it was kind of lackluster in my opinion. So I don't know. You let me know down in the comments down below if you really enjoyed that end credit scene. But overall, guys, that's all I have for you today. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a great movie. I highly recommend you go see it in theaters. For the longest time, I've felt there's been a drought. Like Phase 4 and even with Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum Realm, I thought Marvel was lacking in the movie department. I thought we hadn't really got that movie where I was like, go see it. Like most times I've been like, it's okay. See it in the theaters, don't see it in theaters, it doesn't matter. Volume 3, I know this is James Gunn's kind of like farewell movie to the Marvel fans and farewell movie to the Guardians. But man, he does a phenomenal job. We get that closure that we didn't think we needed. We get some emotional roller coaster rides that I really wasn't expecting. I never thought that I would be tearing up over the backstories of CGI characters. But man, James Gunn brings it. And it's not just all dark and gloom. He adds that comedic element. He adds that great soundtrack that we know and love. It is a great movie. And for the longest time, Captain America Civil War has been the movie I've always said, that is my #1 Marvel movie. And with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it's either going to be tied or the new #1. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and watch Captain America Civil War and go back and watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and kind of figure out where it's going to be. But it is up there. It is S tier. And guys, with all that being said, Shep Talk is going to give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 5 Sheps out of 5. Go see it if you haven't done so. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments down below. Did you agree with me? Did you not agree with me? Let's have that discussion. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help this channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. But guys, that is all I have time for today. I'll see you in the next review.